offer you some thoughts, and it's something that we were chatting about in the group before. Offer you some thoughts on repeat bookings, because that is kind of like the holy grail really for practitioners, is when you don't just have clients going, quick, come tomorrow, and then you never hear from them again. You want clients that want you to come and look after their horse, treat their horse on a regular, say 8, maybe 12-week basis. So how do you make that happen? Because what I hear from so many of my lovely clients is, oh, I feel really awkward. I don't want to assume they want me back. So here are some thoughts to turn that around, because my goodness, it's a lot easier if you look after your clients rather than having to constantly feel like you're reselling yourself, restarting again, reinventing the wheel, and having to constantly sign new clients up, get new people on board. So you need a full diary. That's what you're after. So how do you go from, as I said, just random one-offs to getting them into consistent bookings? Well, I think the first thing you need to do is actually expect people to want you to come back. Now, that might sound really silly, but when I speak to so many of my lovely clients, and so many of you in the group I've chatted to, and people reach out to me daily on Instagram asking for my help and so forth with their business. And I think there is so much mindset, so many blocks around, will they want me? Am I good enough to treat the horse? Like, why would anyone like little old me to come and do their horse? So, one, you need to totally own that you are a qualified, competent, outstanding therapist. If you haven't watched Find Your Superpower as a therapist, go back and do that. So you need to know that you're making a difference, and you need to expect them to want you back. Like, there can't be very many horses. In fact, no, scrap that. There can't be a single horse you've ever seen who you think, yeah, do one treatment, the horse is 100% amazing, I don't think it ever needs to see me ever again. That's just not true. Like, every single horse you see, I bet you think, wow, I could come back next week. There must be the majority, you must think, I could come back in a couple of weeks, if not tomorrow, and do some more work on this horse. So expect that people want you back. I'm going to give you the example of the farrier. Farrier does your horse, hoof trimmer, whoever it is, they go and get their diary. You expect to book them in. They expect you to book in. You want to get them booked in because you don't want to miss your slot, so to speak, because even the worst horse owners are very versed with horses needing regular foot care, let's say between 4 and 8 weeks, maybe 10 for some people, but we know it needs doing regularly. No one expects their farrier to come out annually. So why should it be any different for you guys? Why should somebody expect their horse to be treated once a year? Yes, people say to me this all the time, oh, this is this misconception that equine massage is like a spa day for horses, so people don't want it, they just think it's like a one-off, they think it's like a treat. I get that, but it is in your power, it's your duty and responsibility to change that. It's your job to ensure that they don't see it like that forever. So expect the booking. Expect them to book you in. Explain why the horse would benefit from a treatment in whatever weeks. And don't put your limiting beliefs on the client. So if you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know if they can afford to have me back in like 6 weeks' time, say it how it is. Like, you can put your hand in your heart and say, honestly, we could maybe stretch this to 8 weeks, but I really think the horse would love to see me in 4 weeks, or whatever the situation. If you honestly don't think they need you for another 3 months, then say that. Be 100% honest and transparent with your clients, but don't project onto the client thinking and assuming, because we all do this. We think, oh, I don't know, they probably won't be able to manage that, so I'll just... No, say it like it is, and be honest, own that, and be really confident. So I think making sure that you're expecting the booking, the rebooking, and making sure that you explain to owners that this isn't a one-off. Like, this is not a spa day for a horse. This is keeping your horse on the road. This is hopefully preventing your horse from, I'll say going bust, but you know what I mean. There's probably a better term you could use, but you and the owner are going to be singing from the same hymn sheet. You want that horse on the road, even if its job is a Sunday trundle. It doesn't need to be a top level competition horse to benefit from regular treatments. Now, obviously you know that, but it is your job to be explaining that to clients. I think many of your clients don't realise that the horse could even be booked in regularly. People have the weirdest beliefs, and if you don't tap into that and challenge them, how are you going to make any progress? So some of your owners might honestly think that you are so busy that you couldn't even squeeze it in. They might think, oh, I don't want to bother her. Oh no, I won't, I'll just get her back when he seems uncomfortable. And they probably don't realise that you and the horse would much prefer a regular schedule. So spell it out. If I have learnt anything from running course after course after course after course for predominantly horse owners, it's like herding cats. So you don't need to be rude or patronising, but I would definitely spell out the reasons. Make it easy. Like, who wants their life to be complicated? Like, what do you do at the end of a session? I bet many of you go, okay, great, well, here's, maybe you've got those pads with some notes to give out straight away. Here's what I found. Or maybe you say, okay, well, I'll email you, my report and so forth later. If you want me to come back, just give me a ring when you want me to come back. I bet so many of you just, drop me a message, you think you need me back. Leave it really vague and really open. Make it easier. Stand with your diary. Do you want me to book you in for this time or this time? Particularly if it is a 6 to 8 week period. Like, it is easy enough to plan your diary that far in advance. And the more disciplined you get with your diary, because at the other end of the scale, I get people saying, oh my God, how am I going to fit all these clients in? Well, that is diary management, that is boundaries, and that is being disciplined and organised, and it is all possible. But you just maybe have to learn to say no sometimes. So make it super easy. Plan your diary a little bit further ahead than next week, and just give the client, a couple of choices. It's this day or this day. If you get the client going, oh, I don't know what I'm doing that day, think, do you honestly need them to be there? Of course, you need to take payment, and you should, in my opinion, we should be doing that up front before you get to the yard, particularly if it's a newer person. But if it's possible, and obviously different yards are going to vary, but say this time of year in the UK, many horses are in during the day. Do you need the client to be there? If you can access the horse, do your job without the human, then explain that. Because for me, if you think of me as your ideal horse owner, ideal potential client, I'm really busy. If actually I was like, I don't know if I can do that today, I have to let you know. And then you said, look, I will definitely be here that day. I can be in this area that day. How about we'll say I'll come at 11. If you can make it, great. But if not, I can crack on anyway, just to make sure the horse is in. I'll be like, what a relief. It's done. Yeah, if I can make it, great, but I don't have to be there. That might not suit all of you, but for many of you, that could work. And trust me, for many owners, they might be like, oh, yes, pressure's off. That's a real benefit. So why not offer that? If you haven't noticed, I'm all about making life easy for myself, but also for you guys. And it's so possible. It really, really is. So yeah, don't overcomplicate. Don't make it harder than it needs to be at all. Okay, what about offering an incentive for regular bookings? So many of my clients put their regular owners, onto a payment plan for the year. Now, I see lots of people doing this actually. I feel like since they've talked about it for a long time, I see more and more people doing this. And why not? It's a great idea. If you know that horse and that is comfortable with that owner is going to benefit from a treatment, say every quarter, so 4 treatments a year, rather than, let's just say you charge £60 a treatment. That's actually 50. That makes my maths easier. Just say it's 50. I'm not saying it should be 50. I think there's scope for more. Just say it's 50. 50 times 4 is 200. Divide that by 12, and they pay that amount every single month. Like it's on a standing order, direct debit, PayPal, recurring payments, whatever's easiest. That comes out every single month like clockwork. You know where you are. They know where they are. So that can be a really good way to keep people on a regular schedule. Because for some people, it hasn't occurred to them to get you out more regularly. 2, they might be like, I don't know if I've got the 50, 60 quid right now, or dollars, I'll just leave it. Whereas if they know that it's sorted, they'll want you back. So I would really have a think about that, because that can work really, really nicely for a lot of clients and for a lot of practitioners. more consistent income is what you guys need, without a doubt. What about regular clients? Like, you want to maintain loyalty, you want to be offering the best possible customer service. So what could you offer? And I'm not talking discounts, because I don't think discounting is a great idea. I think offering an introductory price if you're brand new in business can help to I want to say get bums on seats, but that's not quite the expression, but you know what I mean, to get bookings in to start you off. But I don't think you want to be offering regular clients a discount as loyalty, because there's so much more you can offer. And I think discounting too much just devalues what you're doing. So what could you offer that isn't going to cost you money, or isn't going to cost you significant amounts of money, which would make them feel like, oh God, I get such great service. Because that's what you want your clients to feel like. So give you a couple of examples that some of my clients do. Do you see horses ridden when, maybe every appointment, maybe once a year, twice a year? So I don't mean you riding, I mean watching their owner or whoever else rides a horse being ridden. So much valuable information that can be taken away from that. But that is something that, once you've got your eye in, should be taking you like 15 to 20 minutes, getting them to ride sort of set patterns and just making your notes on what you see. That could be a really nice add-on for regular loyal clients. So that kind of thing, explain to people that actually next time I come back, I'd like to offer you this, or so forth, giving them an incentive for why they should stay as a regular repeat customer. So that's one example. Maybe you are a dab hand at working horses from the ground. Maybe you could offer them to help them, or maybe to offer them like a mini 10-minute groundwork session, give them some ideas for working horse from the ground. If you have any other resources like PDFs, ebooks, anything that you've already created that can be given to your existing clients as a freebie, you want to make it like a great experience to work with you. You want them to be excited about you coming, and you want them to be excited about them being part of your tribe, part of your gang, your horse crew. So think what you could offer. Like, as I said, there's so much you could do which doesn't need discounting. I don't think discounting is the best way forward at all. Maybe it's actually providing ongoing support. So this is something that some of my clients do, not for every single owner that they see, but they have like VIP clients who get more frequent access, they have more regular bookings, and they get more access to the practitioner. So they get WhatsApp support, they get to send over videos, because you need some boundaries. Because if everyone thinks I get that can be really helpful, but if you could easily have up to 100 horses on your books. If you've got 100 people potentially all sending you a video, all messaging you, is that really ideal? Like, we have mentioned work-life balance before, and probably that is a good topic for another live. But just think, what could you offer regular repeat bookings that doesn't take hours and hours of your time or your money, but makes them feel like, oh, so valued, because that's what you want. Final top tip for you to get this repeat booking cycle is to time block. I mentioned this on the training on Monday evening. Time block 10 or 15 minutes to keep in touch with your clients between visits, because I get it. I fall into the same trap. You chat to somebody, you see them, it's all great, falls off the radar. And it falls off, you fall off their radar, as well as vice versa. So if you can set aside time, ideally a day, each day, it could be just 10 minutes, and you just are checking in with people. And if they hadn't booked, get them booked, and then just get it in a regular cycle. And honestly, just model from the farrier. Farrier's there, right, I've got this date or this date, and it all happens. And there's no reason that you can't do the same thing at all. So I really hope that's helpful. I'm sorry I've got a bit of a creaky voice while I'm talking today. If you've got any questions, stick them in the comments, stick them in the chat while I'm still chatting, put them below the video. As ever, I'm always happy to answer your questions. That's no problem at all. And I would love to hear, if you've already watched the workshop from Monday night, how you're getting on. But honestly, all this is possible. All this is doable. How I can say that with such 100% certainty It's because I see it in all of my amazing clients. Like, they have full diaries, they have nicer lives, they are hitting their goals, they are smashing their goals, they're increasing their goals, and their clients keep coming back. They can do it and you can do it too. So do let me know how you're getting on. Either comment in the group, or the best place to reach me is on Instagram, which is nkc_equestrian. And enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Take care. Bye.